Hi guys, and welcome back on my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing great. Today we will be doing a small comparison between two very similar phones, I would say almost identical, the iPhone X and the iPhone XS. They are so similar that we can say it's the same phone model, but there are some small differences. Every fall, Apple introduces new iPhones, and every fall, many iPhone users wonder, should I upgrade? 2018 was at Apple NS year, which means that one of the new iPhones, the iPhone XS, was a minor upgrade rather than a totally new phone, which begs the question, should you get the iPhone X or the iPhone XS, knowing that the iPhone X is cheaper? Or, if you're looking for a new device, should you go for the cheaper option and buy the iPhone X or the iPhone XS, knowing that you could get more storage capacity with an older model? The difference between these two phones are minor, but there are still a few things that set these devices apart. Here's how the iPhone X compares to the iPhone XS. The iPhone X came in just two colors, silver, essentially white, and space gray, essentially black. The iPhone XS retained those two colors, but added a third color option, gold. The iPhone XS has Apple's new A12 Bionic chip, which Apple says includes a next generation neural engine. Regardless, it should improve the iPhone's speed and performance compared with the iPhone X. That being said, the iPhone X is still a high performance phone despite having a year-old chip, and frankly, I don't think you will be able to see a difference in real life, maybe in some heavy games or some heavy video process, but in real life you won't notice any difference. The iPhone XS is water resistant to a depth of 2 meters for up to 30 minutes. That's 1 more meter than the iPhone X, which is only water resistant in about 1 meter of water. The iPhone X and the iPhone XS have the exact same dimensions, but the iPhone XS is just slightly heavier than the iPhone X. The iPhone X weighs 174 grams, while the iPhone XS weighs 177. Both the iPhone X and the iPhone XS have impressive cameras, but the iPhone XS has a few upgrades that make it more advanced than last year's model. The iPhone XS comes standard with a more advanced portrait mode, which features the ability to control the amount of background blur or bokeh in an image. Bokeh should be better looking on the new device as well. Portrait mode selfies have been improved on the iPhone XS. Low light images should be better. Action shots on the iPhone XS should be better than they were on the past phones, thanks to faster sensors, faster processor, smart HDR, and zero shutter lag. The iPhone XS also has a feature called Smart HDR, which automatically blends together the best parts of separate exposures into one photo. When it comes to video, there are no differences. The iPhone XS gets better battery life than the iPhone X, but the difference is not very significant. It's about 30 minutes, and frankly, I don't think it's a true difference. It depends of your usage. And the iPhone X and the iPhone XS share a lot of identical qualities: wireless charging, a beautiful OLED display, Face ID, a premium look and feel, and the ability to download the latest iPhone software. So let's go quickly through different apps and let's try to spot some differences. Maybe the iPhone XS will be faster, or let's just make a quick test. So in the podcast app, I don't see any difference, it depends on your connection. Next, let's open something different, like weather app, and it's the same. Next, calendar, the same. Maybe the iPhone X is slightly quicker, just like a fraction of a second. Let's try to open music. The same. Web browsing, let's go to apple.com. Okay. And zero difference. Let's zoom it in. Everything nice and smooth on both phones. No differences here. Both are using the same OLED panel, and even if the iPhone XS has a better processor, you won't be able to notice all this power in a real day-to-day usage. So let's open cameras on both phones and let's try to spot some differences, since camera is the biggest point of the iPhone XS, and frankly, from what I can see, I'm not able to see any difference. Like, maybe the iPhone XS focuses better on some small details, but like, you need to have a really professional eye to tell the difference. In a daily usage, you won't be able to see a difference. It's just the same. Let's take the same picture and let's try to compare both photos. On the iPhone XS, the picture is slightly brighter, but it depends on the light, it depends on the focus and some different parameters. Basically, the picture is the same. It's the same, guys. Trust me. Let's zoom on some details. Okay, so as I mentioned before, it's really difficult to spot the difference between those two phones. Speed-wise, it's the same. Design-wise, it's the same. Color-wise, the iPhone XS has a gold color. You won't be able to spot any differences if you don't have a professional eye. Let's try to compare both processors in a really heavy 3D process. Let's open Apple Maps and let's enable 3D view. The iPhone X is on the right and the iPhone XS is on the left. And when I'm trying to zoom in on the Eiffel Tower, it's pretty the same. I don't see any lags on both phones. I would even say that the iPhone X renders quicker and better, but maybe it's the connection or something. It's exactly the same quality, the same speed. Let's try to zoom in some other locations. Maybe we'll be able to see some. No, I don't see any differences. So my final verdict. The iPhone X and the iPhone XS are very similar. When Apple launches the SE era phone, usually it's a slightly better version of already existing device. And it's better. If you remember, we had the same thing going around with the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S. When it comes to the iPhone X and the iPhone XS, the S-cycle phone usually gets longer life. Apple supports it longer with its iOS version, and it's working way faster in the last iOS upgrade. But in this situation, I don't think the difference will be significant. I would buy the iPhone X with bigger storage capacity, and maybe when it won't be supported by the newest iOS version, and maybe when it won't be supported by the newest iOS version, I will buy the latest next-gen iPhone 13 or iPhone 14 model. Anyway guys, I hope you like this video. Please drop a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for newer videos. Thanks a lot for your attention and have a nice week. Bye bye.